You're listening to Cardi Nerds Weekly.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody out there had a happy new year. Happy New Year to everybody out there, to you and yours. Or as Eddie Murphy would say, Merry New Year. Get out of here. That's a great joke.
It's a great way to start 24.
Yes, absolutely. Just giving me the buzz already. As you can see, our good friend Ralphie is already sipping on the vino. Whoa!
Whoa!
He dropped us.
Whoa, y'all started.
This is crazy. We startled him. I'm sorry about that. So, as you can see by our lovely panel, Ralphie Haas has decided to join us, and our evil producer Jorge.
I did decide.
Yes, Happy New Year to you.
I definitely decided.
Happy New Year to the gang.
What's up?
What's up, man?
I may have to hold this joint for the whole episode. I don't know.
Oh
What's
my
up?
God! Look, look. You had us in a hole last week, so we was in the cell hole. So that was lovely.
Mm-hmm. Now you got a little bit of light happening.
But this of course is going to be a detailed episode because we are not only going to talk about what the year in review in 2023 and all the good things that we felt that was hitting and missing, but we're also going to talk about this series that came out in the last week of 2023, the What If series, season 2.
Oh shit!
How are we feeling about this? All right, for one, it came out I believe it was the 23rd, like maybe like a couple days before Christmas.
Yeah,
and went right through.
Yeah, the 22nd.
22nd went right through. Gave us what 8 episodes, all till the 30th.
9 episodes.
9 episodes all the way till the 30th, and man, surprisingly, like now, no, season 1 was good. Like it was good. Ultron, The Watcher, all that shit, like Strange and his intervention. As a matter of fact, we thought that Strange's episode interacted with Multiverse of Madness because it kind of like played into how that was going to take place. With this one, man, the start off with the Nebula joining the Nova Corps.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So if I go through the list, so it's like first you had So the list was what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps, and then it was what if Peter Quill fought the Avengers, and then there was what if Happy Hogan saved Christmas.
Great.
And then there was the what if Iron Man met the Grandmaster.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one. And
that was RDJ, right? He voiced
No,
it.
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No.
Robert Downey Jr.
No. It's the same.
Or AI. AI did
It was the same guy they had last season.
Yeah, Lake Bell.
It's not AI. God damn it.
Lake Bell voiced that character.
Wow, very convincing.
Yeah. So then it was what if Captain Carter had to stop the Hydra Stomper?
Yeah. Fire.
And then what if Kahori? Oh my God! Yeah, wait, I forget the title of it, but we met this brand new Native American indigenous character by the name of Kahori, and this shit was bananas, and we'll get into that too.
Wait,
I thought that was the only lame episode though.
What? I thought the Happy Hogan one was. We'll get into that. Yeah, wiggity whack.
I did. But I just found out that there's an English version of that episode, so I might like it better when I rewatch it.
Wait, were you watching like the Japanese version?
I watched it in subtitles.
Who told you? Wait,
huh?
What?
Whatever Kahori?
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying you didn't like it because they were speaking indigenous the entire time?
No.
You know what?
What I'm saying is, I was bored by that episode. Sorry,
bro, because you had to read. It's because you had to read.
It probably was because I had to read. Probably was. I'm laying back in my recliner and I don't feel like reading.
I don't feel like reading. Yo.
The hell with this. Speaking American. Nah, I'm playing. But what I'm saying is,
all right.
What I'm saying is, there's an English version. I'm gonna rewatch it anyway, but there's an English version. I
hope a British version narrates it for you. So
that's fine too.
That's fine. All right. So then there was what if Hela met Wenwu and confronted the 10 Rings, which I thought was an awesome episode.
And then for these things anyway, is it like from fans back years ago on a bulletin boards and have or
sure it's literally just bulletin board material? Like how can we intermingle this and just provide connectivity throughout this entire thing? Which I thought
figure a room, okay? Just paint a picture right now. Figure there's a room in Marvel. There's 10 seats, and each of them has a ball of Play-Doh, and every character's on there, and they throw it against.
It's cool. It's literally a mishmash of shit. It's a buffet, and you just throw in like the best buffet you could have.
And I'm here for it.
And I'm here for it, you know. And then it's what if Captain Carter met the 1602 Avengers? That was dope.
Fire.
And then what if Supreme Strange intervened at the end?
Yeah.
What was
We did give a spoiler warning, right?
Yeah, yes. I mean, if you
Even at this point,
haven't seen it already, and
yeah, at this point,
note by the subliminal messaging on our logo that we are talking What If season 2. So you're welcome. Welcome
you're here now.
But to get into this, there was a little bit of parallels because I felt like the first 4 episodes also were in resemblance of very popular titles in popular culture.
Mm-hmm.
If you get into the What If Nebula series, kind of looked like Judge Dredd to me.
Yeah.
You know, double crossed by our own people and then trying to get back right with everybody. That looked like Judge Dredd to me.
Probably super intentional. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Peter Quill, is that E.T.? He wants to come home. He's got to fight everybody and shit in order to make it back to his home planet. So he's chilling with his dad the entire time.
He wants to
He wanted to come home. It's E.T.
Hold on a second, because I know where you're going with this.
Don't take it there. Yeah,
I know where you're going with the Happy Hogan episode.
It's Die Hard. It's absolutely Die Hard.
I mean, they it was deliberate.
It's deliberately Die Hard.
Die Hard in the.
So yes, the Happy Hogan episode was absolutely Die Hard,
and it was fire.
It was fire. The Iron Man meets Grandmaster is Death Race. That's absolutely Death Race.
I love that episode.
That episode was flames.
Yeah, crazy.
But this is the thing. Those first 4 episodes felt like they were more singular, and then that was like, okay, those 4 episodes are cool. These next 5 is where we're going to start to spin shit. I don't feel like anything from Captain Carter on was a connective series, and then that's where we left it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the least likely one that I liked, it was the Happy Hogan episodes.
Understandable, but I think that episode's dope.
But why? Why? Tell me facts. Where did it lose you?
Because maybe it was due to the fact, and I don't even know if he was turning into the Hulk. I was like, what is he becoming? Like he's just like this strange purple strong man out of nowhere that just so happened to get some botched ass super serum.
Yeah.
Like they gave him some instead of giving him creatine, they gave him some like meatine, and he just you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he turns into this bullshit.
So there's comic reference to that.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Because apparently this
Justin Hammer came back.
I had to find this out actually because I didn't follow. There was no situation when I was following Happy Hogan in the comics, but apparently he becomes this being called the Freak. So that's why when he turns purple, he like loses his hair. He's still bald because if you go back and reference it, he's just a big giant bald white guy.
You know what? That if that's the case, that makes sense.
So that's why because normally if you're a Hulk, you're gonna keep your hair and stuff like that. Like it went bald for a reason. Like they're really referencing that what is called the Freak. And matter of fact, in that episode, he was called the Freak. So they directly referenced that. So
it takes it in its reverse Rogaine.
So that's how. I don't know. But if you remember in the last episode where he's back again, well, not he's
doing the 1602
episode where he had a mustache. He had that little mustache thing going.
Yeah, the 1602, the fucking.
But when he turned back into the Freak, he still had the mustache and stuff, right? So they were following all the rules. If they have rules on how to be a Hulk, they were following the rules, but he was still bald. So that was just a nod to his character in the comics, which I think was like 75.
I thought that was flames. Another question is Captain Carter? All right, I'm putting this out there. Are we at the point now where we're looking at the animated series and what they're doing with Captain Carter, and Peggy is looking awesome in these shits, and I'm like, I'm like, are we about to boot Anthony Mackie? Because I'm like, I'm starting to have like decisions in my head. I'm like, do we gotta get Haley Atwell on the phone?
I just think for the animated series, like it works out perfectly. I don't know
Because it's
maybe-
her.
Yeah, it's like it's really kind of enshrined around Peggy at this point. It's like, you know, the What If series kind of give you the whole branching of everything, but it's really about Peggy.
She fucked
And,
shit
like,
up those
she
fast
just-
them last 5 episodes.
Bro, she got hands.
Yeah.
She got hands.
So, I mean, but look how the Avengers, the 616 universe is, right?
Yeah.
You had Captain America was the leader, right? The de facto,
Of course.
he was the de facto leader. So once we got the end game, we had just about every character you could think of, and he's the one telling everybody to assemble. So as they're going through the What If episodes, Peggy Carter, who's in place of Captain America, right, for the multiverse aspect of it, she's playing that role. So no matter what super beings that they find throughout the multiverse, it's going to be her that is the de facto leader. So she's playing that same position, which makes sense. Like she's a bona fide leader. Like people want to follow her anyway. So it's I think it's perfect.
But we came to find out some things. I mean, even the cameos are fucking fly in this joint. Having King T'Chaka in it, fucking
Dope.
Goliath.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope to see, and this is what you can't do in live action. Well, you can, but you know, the CGI and all that shit. The aging and all that. Like, you could avoid all that. Do these What If episodes. Now you can get Lawrence Fishburne playing Goliath.
And he's doing
looking
Goliath.
young, looking fit, looking like, yo, you know what? I believe this. Like, I believe it.
Furious Styles in a suit.
Yeah, 100%.
Straight up and down.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, now Goliath is a cool ass character to me now. like
now Goliath's a cool ass character because he doesn't shrink.
They were talking. Listen. They were talking about that shit back in the day. Like, oh yeah. How big can you get and all this stuff? Like they were talking about, but we didn't get to see it.
But you learn a lot more
now.
about
Now we can see it.
Yeah,
which is dope.
You also learn more about Wakanda than what you've known. That pretty much they were a sovereign nation. They really didn't fuck with nobody back then
at all.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I gave him some vibranium back in the day. Oh yeah, we made a shield out of it. No shit." I thought that part was funny as hell. I was like, "Word."
Yo, it was good.
And just the fact that like some of the diversions that have happened between some of the movies, to where you have like somebody like Hela, like say for instance, like that What If of her. It was like if it was like, okay, instead of Thor getting banished, I banish Hela. I don't subject her to a place where she's like in a dark ass place and then she saw, all of a sudden she arises somewhere. I banish her to Earth and she has to fight her way out, but she ends up in ancient China and she meets Wenwu.
Sick.
Bruh.
Just dope. Sick.
That shit was fly as fuck.
Dope.
Just sick. Just it's incredible.
Like they, the fact that her helmet is no longer under a grass, and then who she becomes when she finally gets her fucking helmet back.
Bro,
like, worthy fucking Hela.
She's the goddess of light.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that?
Incredible, man. And now in this universe, she's going through the whole universe of her universe, just writing shit, like just making everything right, like her, Wenwu, a whole cast of characters, and just going around the universe, just making shit right. Incredible.
Right. But if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Wenwu wouldn't have made Shang-Chi. He would have made some old earthly god motherfucker.
Yeah.
That which would have been even crazier. But it also in 1602, there was that scene in the fight scene where you found out that the actual 616 Steve Rogers, when he went through his time travel period, ended up there instead of going, like that was one of the places where he fell into.
Yeah.
And I was like,
a version.
Whoa, a version of him. I'm like, yo,
because if we follow the rules and everything, we do know like one change in a decision or one change into a swipe. What so happened when he was fighting Thanos? He knocked the time stone out of the gauntlet. So hence, put him in time into this 1602 universe, and so. What happened before that was probably the 616 universe, and then once he did that, made that swipe, that branched into another universe. So whatever, nobody knows what happened to the people of that branch timeline now, because he swiped that time stone out of Thanos' gauntlet. So who knows? That universe is probably out in limbo where all things are probably happening. Like, that's the crazy shit I want to get back into. Like, go back to that shit. What happened when Captain America was left? Thanos wasn't able to snap everybody away. Like, what the happened? Like, what if opens up a whole bunch of possibilities, which I love. Because now I'm looking at that episode like, what the hell happened back there?
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying. But now he's trapped in. He was trapped in 16. Not only was trapped in the 1602 universe, he had no recollection of what happened.
Of what happened to him in the Avengers Wars. I'm like,
had no idea. So now he's sitting there just being Captain America, just being his true self, but didn't know until they realized at the end, like, yo, that's the future man. That's the man of the future.
I like the comment, Strawhead Prime. The one thing that I will say about that is that Spider-Man has yet to reveal himself in any of these what ifs, and that's a problem. Maybe it's a Sony thing. I'm not sure.
No. So, come to find out. All right, so we got Spider-Man in the first season, the zombie episode.
Right. That was it,
which was fire ass episode.
Yeah.
Probably like my favorite episode that season. But the next season, apparently it's gonna be a lot more Spider-Man in the third season coming up.
Somebody gonna have to pay up some money to Sony. You know that's gonna happen without a check.
So that's apparently that's what's happening. Like it didn't fit. Spider-Man didn't fit for what was going for this season. He's gonna fit more for the next season. All right. So I don't know.
I have a question for you, because you said something very demeaning earlier. What the hell is your problem with Kahori?
No, I like her. So here's the thing. My bad. I was bored. So look, these episodes. Me and my son, we're sitting there. We're watching every episode every night. 3 in the morning. So I think that was just like, so that episode just wasn't action packed. Hold, can I help you? All right, I got him. So look, so that episode like slowed everything down.
Right. Did you think so?
Right. It did. It slowed everything down because it wasn't as action packed. Like, she was fire though. Don't get me wrong. She's fire, bro. Like, and
that storyline was sick.
I told my son, I was like, look. He was like, oh, I don't know about the episode. I was like, look, but I promise you, she's gonna be super important. Like, I promise. Because you don't just show that episode of her and there's no tie-ins to anything at the second without it being so important. And sure enough, that's who Doctor Strange tried to get Captain Carter to go get, because he figured if he throws her out there, then he can get her into this whole superpower pool where he can go get.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's pulling from all these universes.
Yeah, and
he has to destroy the heroes as well.
Yes, so we had to see her episode.
I'll
be right back. I gotta do some daddy duties.
Do your thing. I thought that episode was fucking flames for one.
It was. And
the fact
go
ahead.
I was gonna say, shout outs to Marvel for actually shedding light to the Native American, culture as well. New characters. Okay.
Her.
Like, that was like super dope, and then the native language as well too. So yeah, I'm a person that watches anime, so I'm watching subtitles. I'm like, this is nothing new,
right?
Who doesn't enjoy reading occasionally?
Wait, so basically, that new character was created in the Marvel universe now, right?
That's pretty much nothing that's created from the comics. That's something that's created strictly from this show.
So he's on a database now.
She's probably in the database now. Okay. So I'm sure they can make anything with her thereafter. So they've done indigenous characters before with Danny the one we have Echo, we got damn, why am I drawing a blank? Two of the X-Men, Nighthawk and Warpath, the brothers. Yeah. So like, it's not like they haven't done it in the past, but the thing is, like, to have that element actually added in the long run with a brand new character that actually meant something to the series. Not only did she get her own solo episode, but she was pushed into the final battle. Right. So basically, okay, the main story was that the Tesseract fell into the native lands, into where she was at. She gets sucked into it, absorbs those powers, kind of like how Captain Marvel did, because Captain Marvel absorbed the powers of the Tesseract too. But it ultimately, because it's the Space Stone, it gives you an entrance into a brand new world. And in that brand new world is more indigenous people who are just as powered as she is. And she's taking on conquistadors and all the other bullshit. As a matter of fact, not only did she whip the conquistadors' ass that came there, she went over there to the Queen of Spain and whooped her ass too.
That was
2 whoopings in one episode.
2 ass whoopings in one episode across transcontinental seas.
Ooh.
Or hey, your people must have loved this shit. The Queen of Spain got an ass whoop. The Colombians had to feel that. They were not going to get colonized.
Funny.
You know what I'm saying? You would not look the way that you look if Kahori showed up in Spain and just blasted that whole place. You know what I'm saying?
I like how Jorge just got randomly put into this.
I just put it out there. So what is it? Maybe in season 4, but yeah, I think the X-Men going to be in the What If. That would be cool too. Maybe do what's in the Fox universe without the Fox Fantastic Four or Fox Daredevil. That would be cool because that's another inclusion. They haven't done mutants yet, and maybe for rightfully so because they're going to do X-Men 97 and everything like that. But the inclusion of some mutants in these What If series would actually be pretty good.
That's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I hope they keep going with seasons. Like it shouldn't be a situation where they're like, all right, that's going to be.
You can't run out of seasons.
Season. That's going to be the 4th.
There's so many characters you could really play with in animation.
Dog, because I'm here for it.
Except for the reading part. Except the reading part. Remember that, y'all.
I prefer not the reading part. I prefer not the reading part. I just want to.
Is this going to affect One Shot?
No, it's not going to affect the one. No. The live action one shots.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they haven't been doing them though.
That's the thing.
So if anything, they haven't done the last one shot they did was what
the monster one, but basically after
no. Those are those. All right. So those are those featured presentations, right? Yeah. The one shots were like All Hail the King with
you mean those little like post credit ones?
Those were the one shots
that was introducing what's the name for the 10 rings?
That was
Mandarin.
That was like the last one. And that was like 2013-14. So
maybe those went away.
But these one-offs, like the one-offs, like special presentations.
Yes, one-offs.
I need more of those.
Yeah. Like I said, I need a Nova introduction one.
That's how you introduce. That's how you introduce characters. Like that's the way.
Who knew that Strange was going to be the antagonist in this shit from season 1 into season 2? Like the motherfucker is literally the P Diddy of What If. Like this motherfucker can't let his girl go
at all.
I need a girl to ride.
He did not. They didn't set him up or anything. He just came back. I gotta get my woman back. That's it. Like it was crazy. So there was no setup for that, which is weird. Like nothing throughout the season. Like I got nothing that he was gonna do that.
No, he just shows up and he was like, hey, you know what you would be perfect for? Like he using them.
But isn't he supposed to be watching Killmonger?
Yeah, he was.
Yes, that's literally what he was supposed to be doing.
Who's watching that shit now?
Well,
who's watching that shit?
If you saw the final battle,
watch Ultron.
And that's the thing. Ultron's probably going to pop back up in season 3 because he wasn't fucking watching his ass.
Yeah. So look, they pop up a version of that Ultron and the and Killmonger
in the final battle.
In that last battle, right? Which is crazy,
right?
So he probably was like, "Fuck that shit," and let them out.
You had to because you saw that last episode.
Which is insane. But I also have a problem with, even though I just said that, also they both didn't have the gauntlet, the suit gauntlet or whatever he had. Killmonger had suit gauntlet, and then Ultra. So they both didn't have it at the same time. So I also have a problem with that too.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. The multiverse is very infinite, so you can get them at different points.
Well, obviously, because that final battle was like a regurgitation of anything and everything, and I loved it.
Great. I wish They should just give us an episode like that.
Like basically, okay,
Once
Strange
a year.
trapped us all in this motherfucker. And you know what? Since we about to die anyway, I'm just gonna throw all the weapons that I got, all these perfect
Mhm.
synchronized singular weapons that nobody like gives a damn about. But the shit in comic book lore. I'm gonna throw all that shit at y'all, and y'all
All
can
of it.
use them at your disposal.
All of it. Did y'all say oh shit when whatchamacallit, Scarlet Witch, the zombie Scarlet Witch came out?
Bruh.
'Cause that was being my son's reaction. He was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was like Kahori was like,
How the
oh,
fuck they gonna get out of
yeah,
this?
but did you see Kahori? Like, because Kahori must have met her before, because she was like, "Oh shit, not this bitch again." like, damn.
I mean, she was running through like the multiverse because that's
No,
what. Remember,
Kahori
Strange
took
mentioned.
out fucking Killmonger with the Infinity Gauntlet suit on, and she took
Yeah.
out Scarlet Witch with her power set as zombie Scarlet Witch. So I was
Yeah.
like, damn, her power set must be fucking nuts. She got
Nuts.
the Captain Marvel strength, speeding through everything, and she's got all this power scale. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, Peggy Carter gets the Infinity Gauntlet suit.
Mm.
Word. So I'm so confused because it messes with the rules they set up.
Right,
So-
because she held all the stones in her hand and punched homeboy.
Punched it.
And I'm
How
like, she
could
should
you
have
do that?
died.
She's a super soldier. How is she able to do that?
Because she's
How is she able to
Peggy.
do that?
Because she's Peggy.
Because it's animation. You can do
Huh?
whatever
There's
you
stuff
like.
that you gotta read. Stuff you
Peter
gotta
Quill was half celestial
And he was holding the
held-
Power Stone and crumbling.
and crumbling before our eyes. Peggy Carter is doped up on steroids, and she was able
Beyond that shit.
rock.
As a
Just
matter of
rock
fact,
mother-
she's still fucking doing cycles.
And
She's
then-
like, man, I gotta go to 1602 real quick.
I'm
Hold on.
about to drop the bomb on you. And then Justin Hammer was still having the same dance moves that he
He
had in
did,
Iron Man
at the
2. My
bar.
boy, what?
At the
Sam
bar.
Rockwell. Can't tell him nothing. My boy
Can't
was
tell him
dancing.
nothing, bro. Can't tell him nothing.
Boom.
Oh my god, man. But yo, the fight sequence was good. Not only did all of a sudden Peggy, I think, had Hella's fucking helmet. She
Mhm.
had
Bro, they're just
she had
throwing her
fucking
shit.
Infinity Gauntlet. She had Kahori had the 10 rings, Mjolnir. I'm like, I'm like, yo.
Yo, OP, man. I'm telling you, these final episodes, they're like going OP. It was like on Secret Invasion. It was like, we're just gonna make everybody OP.
I'm like, they better not ever give nobody in live action the 10 rings and Mjolnir. Because I'm like, that's some fucking Dragon Ball shit. You don't do that in no fucking comic book movie.
Yo, this shit crazy. But you know what I did? I brought up Scarlet Witch, but I also, you know what was dope? Because after we was like, oh shit, like god damn, how they gonna get out of that? Then Hela shows up, but she first before she shows up, all the zombies turned green.
Mhm.
All their eyes, and then she pulled up like, oh shit, like this shit is crazy.
Yeah, he's like, not insert her out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I will conquer Asgard.
I'm Asgard's doom, and then Hela's just like,
Bro,
I
you ain't
know,
even-
I know. But first he was like, you.
No, the way that like, because Thor made fun of him, Hela makes it like, damn, this big motherfucking guy.
That's all he does. I'm Asgard's doom. That's
Yeah.
all he does.
And you be the most OP character, and people are just annoyed by you. You be like, oh,
Oh.
man, this mother.
It's
crazy, bro. It's crazy. But man, that the final battle was just
The final
insane.
battle was amazing. It was
Insane.
amazing. I'd like to see where this shit lands, man. Like
There's a version of Hulk with or a version of Hulk with Thor's powers, or a version with Thor with
it was
Hulk's powers.
it was a Hulk Thor.
Yeah,
That was like fucking.
incredible.
I don't know if that was like a Scar Thor or a Hulk Thor, but it was like
Yeah,
fucking
it
Hulk
was-
Thor.
which is which happened recent in the comics. So
Yeah.
it's definitely something that they pulled.
It's definitely like a combo breaker that they fucking just bust
They
out of
pulled.
nowhere.
That
But
literally just happened.
overall, do you give the score of season 2 to be better than season 1?
Yes.
Ralph,
Because I do.
I'm gonna say, all right, are we going out of a scale of a 10?
Yes.
do you think it's better or not?
I don't think it was better.
Oh,
You don't think it's better?
I don't think it was better.
I think episode for episode it was better.
I think yeah.
I think episode for episode is better. The episode I think is late, which is actually okay. It just brought me down a little bit.
What about season 1? Put it over the top for season 2.
That's what the problem was, because again, Marvel brought a new aspect to us, right? And so your expectation kind of grows with each season. I felt like they definitely, as we were talking about in the beginning, was able to make the stories around like certain stories that we already know, again, like Die Hard and all that types of stuff. And it was cool to watch and it was fun. I'm not saying that, but definitely season 1 had more depth, I felt, than season 2 gave.
Is it because they broke the fourth wall and pretty much the Watcher was getting his ass whooped by Ultron, like that type of thing?
Not even, but it was just the aspect that did catch me by surprise. I mean, if you were watching the whole series where you were like,
what?
Like, and now you're going to
This
season
motherfucker's
2.
looking at me.
You got to go to season 2, and now you have Peggy kind of like, again, she's the main protagonist in this, and so it's like, I like the element of surprise. Give me back that element of surprise again.
All right,
that you're only going to get that once, but
right,
yeah,
but I think episode for episode, season 2 is like that.
I love season 1. I really fucking love season 2.
Yeah. Nah, they really and plus it should be better because they got through the first season. It was like, all right,
and they've even incorporated people from season 1.
Exactly.
I mean, we knew the Watcher was going to be included, but I'm saying some of the antagonists and shit.
We're gonna
even characters, Killmonger.
Yeah, we're gonna turn this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did per episode. I think.
Well, like, how do you top that though? If you went supremely OP with every weapon in Marvel Universe, what do you do in season 3 to fucking just get that level?
I think you can. I mean, because of the multiverse, everything's infinite. They can just come up with a different.
Yeah.
Like you could just literally. I feel like they can just literally do this shit all the time.
How about this? They fucking ended the series at the World Tree.
Yes.
How fire is that?
That was
so that's twice now.
But I wasn't shocked by that though.
You wasn't shocked?
Waiting for it. I was waiting for it because the first time the Watcher and Peggy was looking at the multiverse, it looked like they were looking like at what like a disc galaxy would look like, right?
Yeah.
They was looking at that. But then at the end, when she was like, "Oh, before I go home, let's take the long way. I wanna visit some different worlds," whatever she was saying, right?
The scenic route.
I knew we was gonna see that. We had to, and it was necessary because Loki is sitting there as the god of stories now, and then watching, just protecting the multiverse. The Watcher has to know that, and the Watcher has to. We have to see the Watcher, getting a glimpse of that, and he definitely did that. So I was expecting it. I'd have been disappointed if we didn't see it.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it would be.
I've been disappointed.
Interconnectivity between a Disney Plus series and this. I didn't think so.
It needed to be tied in.
Okay.
It needed to be tied in. The Watcher knows. The Watcher is
the Watcher does know.
Being. He's a fifth dimensional being. He needs to know this. He does know this. We know that he knows this. Everything's tied in. Kang is out.
All right.
So maybe not all the way out, but he's out.
I'm giving this series a 9.
Yeah.
Definitely with what they brought to the table, I'm giving it a 9. It's not all the way a 10. If they go higher than that, goddamn.
I give it a 9.5.
Okay. You feel like it's close?
I think
Ralphie, you felt season 1 was better. So
I felt season 1, so I'm giving it an 8. I'm giving it
an 8, but it's still strong.
Still strong.
No, 8 is good. That's strong. That's 8 is strong.
Yeah.
Jorge, you watched it.
Yeah, I gave it a 8.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So 8, 9, 9.5.
Because every episode's different. It opens up your mind and like, wow, okay. It's not like a continuation where I have to go watch season 1 and start,
You didn't have to watch season 1. You could literally start there.
Exactly.
You could just start there. Yeah.
Exactly.
You could just start there. That's a good point.
Why I love it.
All right. So to wrap that up, we now get into our review of this entire year.
Oh shit!
And just to get into how this year was brought out. There was a lot of disappointments. I mean, I'm trying to fathom the words to say there might have been more disappointments than there were successes. There was no comic book movies in the top 5 of the worldwide box office. As a matter of fact, the highest box office comic book movie was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as like economically.
Yeah, no, I'm with
You know, so like, and one of the biggest, it was between Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Ant-Man Quantumania. Those were the 3 within the top 10 of the box office for this year. The top 2 movies were Barbie and Oppenheimer. Oh, I'm sorry, Barbie and Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario
then
Brothers.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Then Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer
was
just missed $1 billion. Yeah, Oppenheimer just missed $1 billion.
Just missed $1 billion. So there was $2 billion movies. One happened to be, of course, a nostalgia piece and one of the greatest toys ever brought out. And the other one happened to be another one of the greatest characters based off of one of the most popular video games ever recorded in human history.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Deservedly so. They both deserve to be the top 2, 100%.
But the thing is, you know, nostalgia pretty much always wins the day. If it was never done before, the second that somebody gets it, I always say if they ever did a Thundercat movie the right way, it would probably fucking go bananas. Everybody would
crazy.
Go
we
wild.
Never got a live action Thundercat.
It's crazy we never got one. But the fact is, everybody has for a very long time, for so many years, always thought that video game movies would more than likely suck. But with the recent success of Sonic and now Super Mario Brothers, it seems like they're on the right path of getting this shit correct.
Yeah, because they're listening to the fans.
Right.
They are. This
100%.
is true. They're sticking to animation. They're doing CGI. They're doing it for the entire movie based on the way that video games are pretty much produced when you go into story mode. So, and the thing is, I'm somebody that don't even play video games. I'm just liking the way that this shit looks.
Yeah.
James, why don't you like playing video games? What happens when you play video games?
I develop an attitude. I don't like the way that my mind goes playing a video game. Haven't played a video game since 01. Sorry, people. You know?
We need an intervention for you, buddy.
Last one I had was a PS2.
And it went out the window.
It went right out of a window.
That was Budokai. He was playing Budokai.
No, I was not. No, I was not. I was playing Madden.
Oh,
damn! I don't do it to you.
Yeah, back when Dante Culpepper was on the cover of the series when I played.
Oh my god. Dante Culpepper. He had a short run though. I'm gonna give him that.
He had a good season, and then the Madden curse obliterated that.
Yeah, he had a good 2-3 season run.
That was it. But the biggest thing, I mean, I think out of this year, there's a lot of things that were newsworthy that were pretty much out there. The Jonathan Majors thing at the end of the year, which basically kind of derailed the entire saga of what we were going to build as far as the antagonist for the next couple phases. So that's newsworthy, you know what I'm saying? So there's so much out there. So I asked the panel here to put together a top 3 list, and I'll give you your time. If you have your top 3 list of basically what was newsworthy this year, all right, in the hearts of 2023, each of y'all might have your own singular.
I do. I want to, because mine is. Let's get the negative out.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I feel like y'all going to be more positive. My shit's about to be negative. So number one, the what's the word to use? So let's just say the DCEU. Number 1.
Okay.
So the ending of it, oh my god, how they did Henry Cavill and got caught up in the Rock's nonsense is crazy to me.
I didn't think that one. That's good.
Because listen, DC literally told Henry Cavill to come out and announce that you're coming back to Superman. They do that. They do the Rock movie. Right, Black Adam. They
put him in the post-credit scene.
Right, then after they come out that, they literally go. They get James Gunn in to run the universe, and then they X Henry Cavill out. They without Xing the Rock out, they X the Rock out.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't officially X him out, but they X'd him out.
That shit was funny as hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so
Dwayne the Rock.
We have to go back to WWE, right?
So at number 3, it's how the DCEU ended and how they did Henry Cavill on the way out. Because he didn't have to come back.
He didn't have to do that. He could have said, "No, I'm not doing Black Adam, y'all."
They embarrassed him.
They did.
Grimy.
So much that it really fucked up the 3rd season of The Witcher.
Yo, 100%.
Yo.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's
He quit his job.
when he does that.
Remember, he quit his job.
Yes.
He quit The Witcher.
Yes.
Like, I'm coming back, and
I'm coming
not
home.
signing on for another season.
They're coming home. Then he had to literally come out with a video. He had to literally come out with a video and say, "I'm out," like, which is crazy. He made a video saying I'm in. Then he had to make a video saying like they disrespected him. It shows how messy DC and Warner Brothers is, and their movies pay the price for it. Man, nobody takes this shit serious. So when the last movie Aquaman, how's Aquaman doing?
I don't know.
How's Aquaman doing? Nothing like the first Aquaman. Nothing like the first Aquaman, which I like the Aquaman movie.
I like the first Aquaman movie.
I like the Aquaman movie. But I like the second one. Like it's all right.
You like the second one because Black Manta stole all the roles.
He stole
every scene.
Every time he was on the screen. But that was the response. So what happens is through their last movie, that shit went down in flames. So 10 years of movies, shows, all that shit went down to flames, and it went down to flames during the last year. Like it really went to shit. Really went to shit.
Yeah.
And they had to embarrass one of the most iconic characters in cinema, in comics, in animation, one of the most popular characters in the history of everything. They embarrassed that character, and the person playing that character just put him to shame. That's disrespectful. So that's number 3. Number 2, Marvel, MCU.
Okay.
A lot of issues. Here's the issue. Jonathan Majors, he was the issue. He fucked up. I don't care what happened. I don't care that he's running.
Ain't nobody saying he didn't. He fucked up.
Put your bitches in check. I don't care what the situation is. Do something, bro. You can't allow that shit to happen. We can't catch you running down the street and then we in your crib. Like, we watching all this. Now we're in the crib with the cops. They doing investigations. Your bitch is on the ground, knocked out. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. Now what suffers? The whole multiverse saga was predicated on this Kang character that people who wasn't in the comics they just starting to learn. They're just starting to learn Kang. They start seeing popping up in different movies and different shows. Yeah, like there's people are starting to get to know Kang. Jonathan Majors was on fire. He was. I mean, people really started looking at this cat, and then this cat fucked up. It pushed a whole saga back. Yeah. Now we gotta get a new villain. We have all these Kang variants that look like Jonathan Majors that we have to retcon. Right? We gotta act like all these Jonathan Major variants of Kang don't exist anymore. Like all of them.
Yeah, all
of them. There was a whole Super Bowl stadium full of them, and then they were popping out on the field, having a celebration because He Who Remains was gone. Like, I'm trying to tell you, that it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what Marvel had to go through. On top of that, they had the strikes going on, so they couldn't promote their movies properly, right? So they had much of it as we had DC, right? I was just talking about DC. They had a DC type year. They really did.
They did.
Their movies outside of Guardians, their movies aren't performing well, right? Thor performed. That was last year though.
You're not blaming that on the economy.
Thor performed money wise, but critically it did not. But that was last year.
So it made $700 million.
It still made money. Yeah, it still made money. But Guardians is the only one that made money this year.
It was a great story.
And was a great story. Great film. Right? Outside of that, people didn't come out to go watch the Marvels, right? Probably missed a decent. It was a good film. People missed it. They didn't.
Probably had a bad taste in their mouth and didn't watch.
Didn't watch, right? What was the other one? Ant-Man
Quantumania.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Ant-Man and the Wasp can kick Kang's ass, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Kang's way too powerful to fall to Ant-Man and the Wasp. way too powerful for that, and it showed. It's not, and that's not even Jonathan Majors' fault. Like he did good with the.
He did great in the movie.
Yeah,
He did great.
But he did not. You don't lose a fist fight to Ant-Man when you're King the Conqueror. Like it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't happen. But it
Paul
happened.
Rudd was
on
voted
top of
sexiest
his
man of the year.
So on top of his legal issues, right? So you have his legal issues that are weighing in the balance behind him. On top of that, you have him get his ass kicked by Scott Lang and his woman. Like that's crazy to me. So yeah, it was a big disappointing year for the MCU. Period. Right. The one thing that was now I'll get to my number one.
Dang, your number one is bigger than all this shit?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's bigger, but it's my number one. I wanted to get the negative stuff out the way.
Damn.
But my number one is definitely Loki show. Loki show was
okay.
I'm gonna separate that from the MCU
right
for a second because I don't want that masterpiece of televised cinema to be wrapped up in the mess of the MCU this year, right? So we're gonna separate that.
Keep Loki out your shit.
Yeah, that show proved that you could put a good story together, great actors, great chemistry.
Yeah,
it proved you can make great shit when you put great people together making great content. And they did that. They put it all together. The acting was A+, the story was A+, the visuals, everything, man. We got everything we got out of that series. So that shows what you can do when you don't let
good writing,
incompetent people get involved in the creative process.
Great writing.
Yep.
Yeah, right. You let people do what they're talented to do. Like if they're talented, you let them do them.
They had a good cast.
This is what we get. So I hope that most other studios paid attention to that series and saw like, damn, this shit is good.
Yeah,
we got to make shit like this so we can get more shit like that. Because out of all the bad shit that happened with Marvel, that shit right there doesn't deserve to be put with the rest of that shit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put Loki at number one because that was refreshing. Because what I thought Loki was gonna be, that's what I thought Secret Invasion was gonna be. Because I was like, oh yeah, Secret Invasion, this shit was gonna be dope. Nah, bro, they dropped the ball on it. They dropped the ball on it, but they came right back with Loki. So the MCU gets to have a year where they just go back to the drawing board, come out with a couple shows.
Heavily. There's only one project.
Yeah, come out with a couple shows. The Deadpool movie's gonna kick ass, and then they'll rewrite the shit. So Loki's my number one. It was really enjoyable. I can watch that any. So that's
Ralphie, top three.
So I had to go with the top three, and again, I'm going to get probably the same thing, kind of like the negative out of the way, and then lead into my positive. I hated the fact of how 2023 did Blue Beetle. You didn't give the promotion,
what a great movie,
or the energy, or the again what it deserved versus the Flash, and I will never forgive DC for that. I will never forgive WB for that. So I hope this speaks volumes to whoever.
Nah, amen to that shit.
Yo, speak it louder, matter of fact.
Okay, Blue Beetle over everything.
Yes.
Period.
Right.
Yes.
It's another thing I wanted to get out of the way. Now this goes into number two. It's kind of in the middle. Don't torch me for this fact. Fast and Furious 10 still made the top list. Okay. Granted, I know been going through a whole lot of problems right now. Been going through a whole lot of problems. But at the end of the day, Fast and Furious films is still generating. What? What?
First of all,
Tyrese is still generating.
First of all, that's a good fucking movie. It's a good fucking movie.
Okay? Dropping
good
cars
movie.
out of a plane in 30,000 feet, a Dodge Charger, knowing damn well it's been years since it's out, but it has great suspension and it can still run and go down a damn what? Fast and Furious number 2 right there. That's a bomb drop right there. Okay, and last but not least, my boy Haas said it. Loki's your top 2. Loki. Okay, Loki honestly was the best thing to come out of 2023. And
Come on.
as you guys kind of said, the writing plays a huge part. And I'm even glad that with the strike and everything like that, that these writers get paid. But specifically for those that did the Loki show, they deserve everything and more. And people can learn from writing that way, because it was kind of like the show that really kept you kind of gripped. It gave a reason to watch the streaming service again, because if instead of giving us garbage, it was just like you had something that you're willing to watch. Learn from it, people. Learn from what great writing can do, because Loki earned everything for me.
Yes.
Oh man.
See?
Well, the one thing I can say about your number two.
Oh, here we go.
I'm
Here
just
we
saying. Look,
There we go.
What you guys say?
Just go ahead and get it off your chest. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Rafi, come back. Come back. You gotta hear this shit.
Say it. Say it.
you know they got your mans.
I know.
You know they got your mans on assault charges, right? Your man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he wasn't gonna let that shit go, bro.
Jorge, did they put your list? Did you put a list together?
Yeah, little micro list. But
Give it to me.
not in particular order. The Flash, because they brought Keaton in, and I'd love to see that.
All the
Just
Michael
go
Keaton
ahead.
stuff was great.
Yes.
Great.
They
he's got
killed
to
Michael Keaton, man.
bring nostalgia pieces into the.
They killed him, though.
But still, it was great to see him in the film, man.
It was good to see him, but they killed Michael Keaton's bad.
No, they killed him enough. They killed him like 20 times. It's fine.
They killed him.
It was great.
They killed him like
It was
Kang.
great. It was
Yeah,
great.
That was
Like
great.
Doctor Strange in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Dormammu, I came to.
All the Batman stuff in the Flash is fantastic.
Yes. And my number 2 was season 2 Invincible. That was fucking
Very good.
That was
Very good.
right? And for like season 3, and then Beast Wars, they did it right.
Transformers.
Oh yeah, Transformers.
They
No,
did
they
it right.
They did.
Yo,
was-
I
it was a
did.
good
That was
film.
actually pretty good, though.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was a
impressed.
real good
It
flick.
was
The
good
soundtrack
film
was
and
dope.
in a better ending.
Yep. And then
This
Top
is
Gun and
good and
Mission
good.
Impossible.
I know it. There it is. There
Oh
it is.
my
Wait,
God.
what? Oh, my
There
God.
it
His godlike obsession with fucking
Just-
Tom Cruise.
Right
The thing
there.
is,
I had to throw that in there.
Top
Jesus
Gun was a
Christ.
great film, though.
Yeah.
Top Gun was a great film. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Was
knock it.
Mission Impossible?
I didn't see it.
Lack of promo the writer strike. That's like
Oh man.
I didn't
All
see
right. So my top 3 in no particular order. Number 3, it's actually comic book related, is the end of the Krakoa era. So X-Men started with the House of X, Powers of X in 2019, and has continued that saga through an array of books. Whether it's been the Hellfire Gala, whether it's been the new X-Force, whether it's been the New Mutants, Sins of Sinister. Mr. Sinister in this series from 2019 and now has come out to be probably like one of the biggest characters and biggest villains. And I hope they make some type of inclusion of him in these X-Men films that are going forward.
I think they are.
Because I believe so.
I think
OP
he's going to be
status?
the focus because obviously
Did they give him OP
Magneto
status?
is Magneto, and they did a
He's not
Magneto
even OP
million times.
status. Like, this motherfucker is just immortal, and he's sinister. You know, he's the most
sinister.
diabolical motherfucker on the planet, and especially
bizarre.
how he's written in the comics, because he has this thing with genetic mutations and the things about cloning. How he feels like the Summers bloodline is like somewhat of this rich ass thing that he needs to just harness for himself, because he feels like the way that Scott Summers, his dad, Havoc, fucking Jean Grey's in the fold, they got kids, Nathan Gray, Cable, everybody just like is in this fold. He feels like that bloodline. He was like, I got to get my hands on that shit. I need to do transfusions on all them motherfuckers, because I can do some amazing shit with all that DNA. So he's become like the like, it's been Apocalypse in this series, and then almost him like right on top.
Yeah.
Because Apocalypse like pretty much turned into this more godly figure because he was a good guy for once. And he was actually like the one that was like making the mutants believe in themselves. And in the discovery of Araki and them going to Mars, the terraforming that planet, finding a whole set of mutants that were based on that planet. Look, if you've never read House of X or Powers of X all the way down in the Krakoa era, I suggest it to anybody. It was probably one of the greatest things that came out in the past 5 to 10 years. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my second is the upper echelon ascent of Amazon Prime and their comic book properties. Now, I know you said Invincible earlier, but I feel like with The Boys, Gen V, and fucking Invincible, what the properties that they literally harness and consume and get out there to the public have excellent writing. The animators that are for Invincible are fucking supreme. Shit, I could even put Vox Machina in there too, because that's another property that they took over, and they're doing fabulous shit with that. The Boys literally doing so well they can do spinoffs, and the spinoff is just as dope. Like Gen V was basically Boys 3.5, pretty much. Homelander gives his cameo at the end of the season, says 2 lines, and you're like, holy shit. Because it's almost like a reminder. It's like, okay, yeah, you're in this college campus where they're harnessing anybody with their abilities, and it's like it's a way for them to intermingle, and we can basically follow their social lives, and you can see how these people aren't threats to society. No, they're all being experimented. Everybody at that college is under constant surveillance, and it's a fucking madhouse.
Yeah,
you know. So I feel like the way that they've been picking what they want to adapt is just something in the fold for anybody to watch. And if they just know, if Amazon Prime picks up anything, you should probably just watch it immediately, because they're doing a good job now at just picking shit and adapting it and putting it up there on a pedestal. So my number one is it's very obvious. It's the actors writer's strike, because it affected everything in 2023.
It did.
Yep.
You know, so as far as the blowback of things that we were able to get in this year, the blowback is now that everything in here is completely pushed back. But the beneficial thing now is that, unfortunately, Jorge AI is not going to be a part of the whole thing.
Boom, 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 boom.
You're going to have to wait another 5 years until the contract expires, my man. Were basically didn't want Chat GDP putting their scripts together. They didn't want their background actors to basically get scanned for one-time movies and then used throughout a lifeline for the rest of their lives, regardless of the fact that even if they were dead or not. I mean, hell, if Robert Downey Jr. can become a fucking hologram at the end of Avengers Endgame, maybe they could do that for the rest of their lives, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. You know. So there was a lot of things that were put out there. They got their money. Hopefully they've been royally compensated, because the funny thing is about strikes is that you find out how much motherfuckers are really making. And that when actors finish a job, they got to go find another job. Like it's not like I'm on some universal contract to where I'm like, okay, I had this job, cool, and I'm gonna live off the royalties for the rest of my life. No, I'm gonna give you the check. That's your money from this film. Now you're unemployed. You have to find work again. You know, so like,
and it's hard to work on multiple projects at the same time.
And the whole thing
locked into one thing.
Yeah, the whole thing with royalties, the fact that streaming was involved, because like literally we talked about it on the show. There's an old podcast where we talked about the streaming aspect of acting and how they're getting paid through all these through their royalties. It sucks. You know, back then you actually had time to develop a show, and if it didn't work then you would cut it off. If you go through Netflix now, if your season 1 is ass, boom, you get the fuck up on out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're only gonna get one season of this. So like they're figuring out ways for them to actually find it beneficial. If they hold it onto the platform for a very substantial long amount of time, they're actually going to get paid a little bit better. You know, I wish they figure out a way to do this in the music business, because the fact that cats are getting like less than a penny for a stream is
the
fucking
streaming aspect
Thank you, Kitty.
is crazy low.
cutting up a
low.
penny. Cutting up a penny.
Yeah,
You know, that shit is crazy.
yeah.
Shit, I mean, back in the day, I used to buy like single cassettes back in the day, and they were probably $2-3.
Yeah,
That was an actual sale.
yeah.
And you
get the
you
single.
would get the
You
single,
get another song.
you
might
get another song, and you got
15
the
seconds of another one.
you got an
45 of
instrumental.
another.
You got an
a
instrumental. That's it. It was a maxi.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like straight up and
absolutely.
down. Like that's how this
Yeah.
shit worked. But now that streaming's come along in
Yep.
the digital age, like the people, these executives are fucking, they're just as sinister as Mr. Sinister. They done figured out ways to curtail contracts and basically be like, oh, well, you know what? What we're gonna do is we're canceling the season, right? And we're canceling the show, but we're selling it to somebody else. Maybe they'll pay you. It's like,
But there's a gift to go bag down.
yeah, it's like you're no longer on Netflix. You're on Tubi TV, baby.
Oh god.
Oh, good old
Oh,
Tubi.
God.
Yeah,
Man,
that's right.
turn shit to gold. I love it.
Hey, look, Tubi got some crazy ass fucking shows on there, man.
Yeah.
Literally, you could like upload this podcast
Yeah,
and put it on that show and just like fucking make it into
You
a
know
horror
what?
flick.
I wouldn't be mad.
What? No,
Yo,
not
we
royally.
need to start shooting soon because these movies on Tubi is wow.
Well,
Like,
now
we
that
barely
Mickey
do that
Mouse is public domain,
ourselves.
get your old Disney characters out because Peter Pan, Winnie Pooh, and Mickey and Minnie Mouse are all public domain. So
Damn.
you can just make them into a horror movie and just
Zero
go at it.
Fighter. You know?
Instant dough.
Yeah.
Word. So that for us, what if this is the year in review?
Yo, we got, we got
guys.
the IG comments.
Oh, you know what? Yo, wait.
Ooh.
Let's bring up these damn IG comments. Let's see what the people was talking about in their year of review.
Yeah.
We wanted to see
All
if
right.
they were satisfied.
Yeah, so
at
earlier we
2023.
posted were you satisfied with the 23 entertainment? And we got the first one.
Oh, I got
It was very hit and miss. Some stuff was genuinely great to see, like Barbenheimer, which is basically Barbie and Oppenheimer. It's very interesting to think that the superhero genre is now no longer the king of cinemas, considering they flop consistently with only 2 exceptions, whereas 2 vastly different movies became the biggest hits of the year and arguably a cultural phenomenon. Hey, look,
Hey.
at the end of the day, this is what you motherfuckers was talking about. Everybody was talking about they were getting tired of the superhero movies getting to the #1 spot, and all these directors were talking about you're fucking up cinema. So look, top 3-4 movies weren't superhero movies. So you got your wish. Cinema is back.
Yeah.
The thing is, how long can you sustain it?
Yeah,
Bad.
because I tell you what, I know the studios are like, nah, fuck that. We need that superhero money,
Exactly.
and they're not putting out the superhero quality. So
Yeah.
they put them up, but I'm sure they want that superhero money.
They absolutely want that suit. Look, there was a point in time frame, I believe, at the height of the MCU where there was probably like 3-4 in a row, as far 3-4-5 in a row, as far as billion-dollar movies.
Yeah, they was on the roll for a minute.
You know, so they the fact that there was 2 this year and they happen to be nostalgia properties within pop culture,
Yeah, I think that's good though.
it's
Like,
only
I think-
definitive.
I think
Jorge,
it's
what
good.
else you got,
All
bro?
right, here we go. I got like 4 more. Here we go.
No, my friend, it did not suck. Now shut the fuck up.
God damn, bro.
I'm like, why
Well
you got
said.
to? Why you
What are
got
we
to?
talking about
Why
though?
you, why
Well
you got
said.
to? Why you got to be
Well
so
said.
mean?
Right,
Oh,
right.
God
What are we talking
damn.
about?
No,
What
my
did it
friend,
suck?
it did not suck.
What sucked?
Now
what
shut
did
the
we say
fuck up.
sucked?
Why we gotta
Right?
shut the fuck up? They're like,
Okay.
where we gotta be all that?
Oh
The
my
year
God.
was certainly up and down, and overall will not go down as a pivotal year in entertainment when it's all said and done. But if you really peel the layers back, or you can spell peel better, there were some very good shows. Many of the different streaming sites, if you knew where to look and what your particular tastes are, I really feel like films like Godzilla -1, absolutely, and The Iron Claw, absolutely, could have really blown up even bigger at the box office, but people were just still staying away from the theater. Who knows how or what will bring them back? Yo, not for nothing, that actually might be a good thing, because one of the big things that I liked about back when shit wasn't, where we weren't depending on a lot of blockbuster movies, was the fact that there was a lot of cult classics, a lot of things that everybody raved about, and they didn't have crazy ass success. Big Trouble in Little China is still my favorite movie. I don't give a fuck what y'all think.
I swear they based Mortal Kombat off that.
They stole everything. Mortal Kombat stole everything from that movie. Everything.
Matter of fact, when Mortal Kombat came out, I thought it was big.
Lang Chi is Liu Kang. Straight up Mortal Kombat. I'm just saying.
Yo, I swear to God, I thought Shang Tsung was that dude. Like, I swear to God.
Shang Tsung is Lo Pan.
Yo, I swear he was him. I swore
Raiden's in the movie.
Yo, I swear.
Kung Lao was in the movie.
Oh my God, bro. I swear that was I swear it was Patrol Little Child, bro. I swear it was.
Look, that's for another day.
Another
Mortal Kombat. Who was it? Tobias Boone. He watched Big Trouble in Little China so much he made every single character that he had in the original Mortal Kombat plans off of that fucking movie.
He did.
Straight up and down. I'm sorry, Tobias, if you see this.
I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's seen that, because that's why I felt then.
If you watch the movie, it's obvious.
All right, next comment. Next comment or AP.
All right, next comment. Here we go.
No.
Okay.
Thanks, Spencer.
Okay.
Yeah, you really pushed the envelope on that.
All right, here we go.
Yep, that Barbie movie sucked. Mind you, if they would have delivered it fun like the Lego movie to inspire and have some positive outlook overall instead of the crap they made. Also, only film I'm looking forward to watching 2025 is Dune.
No.
You're not watching no movies in 2024, bro. He ain't watching no movies in 2024. He's just skipping
all the way to
2025.
He's skipping the year.
Skipping a whole year. Why you like Barbie, bro?
Yo, not for nothing. I haven't watched Barbie.
I haven't watched it yet either. I'm gonna watch it.
now.
But damn, it's like, bro, you ain't had to come for Barbie like that. A lot of people seem to like it.
Dog, that shit made that's what 1.5, 1.4, something like that.
It made a lot of dough. And he compared it to the Did he compare it to the Lego movie?
He wanted it to be like the Legos movie. That's what
so you like Lego movies?
Oh,
which was great,
animated and all that. Like, I get it.
Funny,
I don't.
All right, here we go.
I feel like a blanket statement saying the year sucked is kind of wild. Damn, y'all young motherfuckers don't like shit.
I just think it's an emo phase.
I feel like to do that.
It's the year in entertainment. What did you like, motherfucker?
I feel like it's up.
All right, last one.
I feel like I'm used to a lot more.
Here we go.
No, even though they were all cream of the crop, a lot of prominent directors released films this year, and we got a good amount of experimental indie films and films exceeding expectations. Barbie and the Spider-Verse, in my opinion, all well and good. Spider-Verse was flamed.
Underperformed.
And aside from that, all the A24 movies, which I think is like one of the most perfect indie independent movie studios ever out there. Anytime they put a movie out, I'm always watching. So generally around Oscar season, I know they like to pick those movies up. They're actually fucking interesting to me. I can't disguise that shit.
But Spider-Verse underperformed though.
They did. I mean, but look, bro, for an animated fucking movie by Sony Animation based on like imagine, and I always said this, if DC Animation released any of their films
in the theater,
in the theater,
like they should have done,
the old DC animated movies that used to come out, you know which ones I'm talking about. Fucking
they can still come out with them though,
bro. If they showed them shits on a big screen, fucking
they should just come out with them.
Justice League Dark Apocalypse,
bro.
Stop it, Ralphie.
Wait, Ralphie, what's wrong?
Just hearing y'all just trying to rant and rave to save DC. It's dead. Let them die.
No. This ain't the EU. It's the AU.
Pause. It's the animated movies.
It's the animated universe.
They're different.
Pack up my bags.
Oh my god.
No, but look, I mean, I agree with her. The fact that other properties got a little bit of time to shine, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
like I said, I still want DC to succeed. Like, we still haven't got, like, even though Blue Beetle was kind of like pseudo the beginning of the DC, the new DC
de facto beginning.
It's not even there because James Gunn wasn't involved. So Creature Commandos is like the first one, and then Superman, Legacy of Tomorrow. That, like, all that shit's supposed to happen first before anything. So I can only imagine. I'm a hold a little bit of hope. Aquaman 2, I don't even know what the fuck happened.
bro. They were just
that made it the end.
yeah. They
That
just
should been what's it been out a week and a half?
no,
That was a $1 billion movie. It's kind of
Did
like
Amber
with the
Heard
Marvels.
have, like,
It was a $1 billion
it's
movie.
been out for a couple weeks now.
Did
Couple
Amber
weeks.
Heard have screen time? Like, did
Yo,
she?
she had mad screen time.
Really?
Mad
Oh.
screen time.
Yeah.
More screen time than you would think.
Darnell ain't gonna like that shit.
More screen time than you could think.
I hope you're watching this, Darnell.
And she wasn't, no, listen, and on some real shit, she wasn't bad in it at all. So
okay. I mean, look, now if Darnell was in the corner of there, you just see this fucking.
I mean,
he burn a hole in that motherfucking theater with his eyes.
All jokes aside, like she wasn't bad in it, and also like that shit with Johnny Depp, that shit happened. That shit's like 2 years ago, right? Like the court shit.
The court shit.
Yeah, come on, dog. Like
that bed is burned into my brain.
Yeah,
now I can't get that.
Listen,
2 years.
Listen. She ain't the only one putting shit in the bed. All right, I'm pretty sure a lot of those nasty motherfuckers are doing that worse. Them weird ass weirdos in Hollywood. She ain't the only one. She's the only one that got caught doing it because it was whatchamacallit.
It's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker. You shit in my bed. If you ain't a baby.
No, it is a deal breaker. Listen, I'm with you 100%. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Talking fact.
Did he keep her around after that?
I don't know, but
did he keep her around after that?
He did not. I think that was it.
All right, so yeah,
that's the last straw.
But I'm saying she's just not the only one shitting in bed, bro. I'm pretty
That's
sure
right.
we just.
If you're less than 12 months of age, you can get away with it. If you're less than 12 months in age, you can get away with that shit. All right, so
time to go.
Look, that's our show for the day. Facts, Ralphie, Haas, Jorge. You can see us every Monday, 9 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch. Oh, wait, were we on Twitter today? We're on Twitter, Facebook,
aka
X.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We was on Twitter today.
Yeah. We was on X.
On Malcolm X.
So we were actually appropriating good old Elon's internet. Hey, all right. So for everybody here at the Party Nerds, I wish everybody a happy New Year, man. And next week, peace.
Peace.